You guys gotta try this shit. Alive Ancient Mushroom Elixir by GT's. Shout out to GT Dave. It literally is root beer made of mushrooms. I don't get it at all. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas, and today we are at the end of the Supreme Fall Winter 2023 season, and it feels a bit bittersweet. So we're gonna go through basically every single item left to come out this year and maybe do a little season recap. What have you guys been liking about this season? What do you wish was better? And more. Let's get right into it. Guys, we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. If you're a Supreme fan, sneaker fan, streetwear fan, or you just like listening to me talk, I recommend liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and staying tuned for all remaining information about Supreme Fall Winter 23 and soon to be Spring Summer 2024. We will cover all leaks, information, pieces, all that kind of stuff. You won't want to miss it. All right, y'all. Pretty small list of items left to come out, but we still have a few. I really don't know how many weeks they're going to be, guys. I'm really thinking potentially this week, week 18 could be the last one. I mean, we probably have some more items to come, some unseen, at least maybe one or two. I know we do also have a Timberland collaboration that's slated to release this week, so stay tuned for all information about that. But first item on the list left to drop is the Houndstooth Plaid flannel shirt. I don't really know how I feel about this piece. It's not really grabbing my attention too much. I will say the flannel is all right. The colors are decent. I think the blue one is probably the best version of this, just because the way the houndstooth kind of goes with the same color of white flannel striping on this. I think it doesn't look half bad, and houndstooth is that traditional black and white kind of colorway. Back of it, it's pretty cool. I think it could be a nice piece in person, but I would be I just don't know if I would buy this online, right? Unless I really wanted a new Supreme flannel. It just seems like it'd be too much variance in how it looks IRL as opposed to in these pictures. But what do you guys think of the flannel Houndstooth Supreme shirt? For me, it's nothing that great, and I'm gonna give it a downvote on the left to drop. Mock neck long sleeve top is an all cotton jersey with embroidered logo, and this is a pretty simple piece. Honestly, this is a solid pick for just an underlayering shirt or just a casual shirt that you want to wear and not be worried too much about having huge Supreme branding. I actually really like this kind of mock turtleneck design, and the hem cut fit of the shirt looks really good. I think these colors are also very solid. You got black, plum, gray, light blue, kind of actually a mid blue, olive, white, and then bright yellow. Woo, look at that yellow. Would be really cool to see a pattern on this. I would have liked to see maybe like that camo or something interesting. I guess the yellow one is the most like bold out of all of these. Really simple, low-key piece. I'm guessing this will probably be in the range of like $79 to $90. I hope it's on the cheaper end of the spectrum, like 80, but it could be as high as like 99, 100 bucks because Supreme loves doing that. But solid piece overall. I'm gonna give that an upvote. We got the pilled sweater next, guys, and this is very pilled, very Supreme pilled right here, very hypebeast pilled. The purple one is actually really dope. I wish the Supreme embroidery was a lot bigger because that placement is bizarre for having such a small logo. Usually smaller logos tend to be higher up or like close to the breast pocket, kind of like the last one, like a logo right there on the chest. But this one is smack dab in the middle, and it's again that tonal embroidery. Something about this just is kind of messing with my ADHD or my OCD, maybe my desire for things to be symmetrical and filling out the void. I hate pieces with tons of void space and really small logos. It just kind of makes me almost cringe. Like it kind of tightens my hands up. I'm like, ugh, I wish that was better. I wish that was bigger, but you know, it's not. So it's either you like this or you don't. I think the brown one will do pretty well because again, people love brown this season. It is the color of the season. Thank you, Travis Scott. Thank you, Poop.
How you doing, boss man? Let me get everything bagel. Do a half pound of poop.
We appreciate you for making brown doing what it's doing now. Big things coming for brown, guys. Big things. This is also a wool blend, hand brushed. It looks like a very warm wool sweater, and the colors are pretty interesting. I'm just not sure how I feel about the actual lettering on the shirt. I'd say it's almost better if that wasn't even there and there was just instead something on the back that would be cool. I don't know. If you wanted some houndstooth to go with your flannel, you can cop this wool camp cap along with it, which I think this is a much better piece because it looks so much better on the hat. I don't know why, but I think this is a really sick, underappreciated, kind of sleeper piece, actually. Maybe it's not underappreciated, but I haven't really been thinking about it at all until I pulled up this left to drop and I was like, oh yeah, they were coming out with some houndstooth stuff this year. And I think on this hat, the ones that I like the most are definitely the brown, yes, but also the pink and the yellow. I don't know how all of these will do. My bets are on the brown one or the black one. I think people could maybe fade the colorful ones, but they all look pretty good. There's the black one. I didn't realize you couldn't see that. Apologies for the zoomed in screen, but you know, we're doing our best over here. All right, Goretex ear flap cap is next. This guy, woo! Look at this piece. Pretty wild little ear flap, guys, on this. Some crazy colors on it. We got the pink, the olive, and the black. Bingo. Look at that shit. Wow. I don't really know what to say about this piece. It's just kind of like it's an ear flap hat. Either you like it or you don't. I don't think this is really going to resell for much at all. It does have the fun little Supreme jersey logo right there. That is cool, but can you imagine wearing this hat like this, like with the Velcros on top? It's not really a good look at all. So I'm going to give this piece, unfortunately, guys, a down vote because I'm just not really vibing with it at all. Just something about it is not good. Eagle beanie is next. I believe this is another one of those vintage pieces, vintage designs that we've seen on like coaches jackets before, different sweatshirts from Supreme seasons past. And we got some good colors. We got black, we got white, we got navy, pink, and brown. Pretty solid colors for the Eagle beanie right there. I mess with it. I hope it's not too expensive, like maybe 45 bucks would be solid for this little embroidery. Got some bright colors. I think people will go for these. I don't know if they will sell out. Again, it's tough when you have vintage Supreme pieces from like way back in the day. I mean, this is not way back. I think this was like either 2014, 2010. Could be wrong on that one, but people could actually be really about it like they were about the Camacho. Sherpa logo beanie. Here we go, boys and girls. We got black, white, and orange. This one is just a kind of simple Sherpa beanie with Supreme in these big letters. I don't really know what else to say. I don't think there's 3M or anything special. It's simply just a Sherpa beanie. Definitely a beanie overload towards the end of this season, which is good for the winter time. So if you've yet to pick up a beanie, maybe this one is yours. I'm not really feeling it, but I'm also not disliking it. So I'm just going to leave it kind of at a neutral no vote on this piece. Visor logo camp cap is next. And yeah, this is like if they forgot to complete the assignment kind of hat, right? The no logo on the front really shows. It looks like a person that's had their eyes erased and you're just seeing the rest of the face and something just looks wrong. Even though the logo is taking place right there, having a blank on the front, unless you plan on customizing this, putting a patch on there, doing your own embroidery, I really don't think this piece is worth copying at all unless it was like 20 bucks and it goes on sale. So I would really highly suggest, guys, not wasting your money with this unless you just absolutely love the simplicity of it and think it's super cool. In my opinion, it is not a great piece and I just really am not picking up on the style on this one. It just doesn't seem like a good decision at all to release a hat like this. So I'm giving that a solid down vote. All right, here's one of the last big accessories, maybe the last accessory for the season, the Supreme Mac Tools Utility Cart 18 gauge steel construction and 4-inch casters. I think that's the size of the wheels. 2 3-inch deep storage shelves with custom metal logo badges and rubber mats. 30 inches by 35.5 and 16 inches. Okay, 350 pound capacity. So again, Supreme is collaborating with Mac Tools. This is for the garage boys, the mechanic folks, the handyman in your life, the handyman hype beast right here. And it's a really nice utility car. I mean, if you have a garage and you want some space to put your tools, I think this is an awesome, really cool functional item that definitely can hold its value. I don't know how much these things usually go for. Let's look it up right now. All right, this is a very different item. It's got a lid, but it's the one that I could find. So it's the utility cart with the lid. And even though it's not made of metal, it's relatively similar. $350. I think the Supreme piece, at minimum, I'm saying $450, as high as $500, but I don't think they're gonna charge too much above the retail price of this cart because it really isn't too much different from what the actual cart is. They have the Supreme, that is in metal though, with a raised embroidery. They could charge like $120, $150 premium on that, but everything else, it's a screen printed rubber mat and everything else is just made by Mac Tools. So really cool piece. I actually super dig this item and wish I had space for it, but I sadly do not have a garage, do not own my own home yet. So we are not copping the Supreme Mac Tools utility cart quite yet. And then to go along with it, we have the Mac Tools Tote Tray with 20 gauge steel construction and printed logo, 4.5 inches by 20.44 inches by 10 inches. Look at that. This is a cheaper and little more portable version of the utility cart with just a handheld tote tray. Looks like the tote goes up and down. I wonder if that kind of can secure your items inside perhaps. This is pretty cool. I think people might gravitate towards this more because it will be cheaper. And again, 2 colorways is also pretty nice. I think the red one will do maybe slightly better. Let's look at what this tote tray costs from Mac Tools. Okay, the Mac Tools tote tray is $47. I'd expect the Supreme one to maybe go for $60 if we're lucky. That'd be super sick. Definitely hope it's under $80. Like $70 would be a little high for this, but it is metal, 20 gauge steel. They do just screen print on, or however you print on metal, whatever that process is like. Laser etched, I don't know, man. It's probably some kind of screen printing, I'd assume, with some specialized machine. But anyway, the Mac Tools looks pretty dope. I think this is pretty usable for a lot of people that need to store their tools or just want something to carry. You know, when you're doing a job for your car, you want to have multiple tools. You grab them out of your toolbox and then you want to take them to some secondary location, maybe at your car, in its parking spot or in the garage, wherever it is. I think this is a pretty useful item and definitely more portable and usable by more people than the actual utility cart because it requires less space and doesn't need to be constantly on the ground rolling around. You can put this in a closet, something like that. All right, folks, last but not least, the last item that has been previewed by Supreme. Now we do have Timberland collaboration, potential unseen items, and maybe a surprise collab, Christmas stuff. Who knows? Supreme has been going all out this season, so I wouldn't put it past them to pulling something out like maybe a 19th or 20th week. We will have to see though. Water resistant Goretex windstopper face mask is the last item with fleece bonded backing and Velcro flap closure, 3M reflective printed logo and embroidered logo. Again, we've seen the face mask. We've seen the face mask so many times. You love it. You just have to like it.
I like it.
Right? It's a Supreme face mask. It keeps your face nice and warm. I used to have one of these in college, and I remember just being so thankful that I had it on my way to class in like January, just freezing my ass off. And my actual face mask that I bought was from fall winter 2014, and it is absolutely falling apart. The Velcro barely even works, so it'd be really nice to get this one. I think it's pretty solid. It's got multiple colors. The ones that they used to come out with never had printing right here. They just did it themselves. Like Supreme didn't print the actual names of the company that they were using, but now I feel like they always print like Polartec or Goretex. Wonder why that is. It could be some of the incorporation from VF Corp wanting to actually get the other 2 brands involved. I think this blue one looks really clean. The 3M is also great, again for safety of course. Red one looks really solid too. Damn, especially with the 3M just shining. Really dig that look. White one,
I mean, it's alright.
I don't think the white one is the best, but without the 3M shining, it looks pretty solid. With the 3M, again, you can't really read the Supreme as well. Maybe in person, you could see the actual light reflecting off, so that might be a little bit better. And then, of course, the camo. Love to see it. A traditional woodland camo to match the box logo. I'm sure we'll see some hypebeast fits of someone wearing the Polartec or the Goretex face mask with the camo box logo. Hoodie, anything less would be uncivilized. Shout out to Mr. Fomer Simpson. But anyway, guys, that is gonna do it for all the items left to drop from Supreme Fall Winter 2023. What do you guys think about all the items that are left to come out from Supreme? For me personally, None of them are must cops. I could definitely see myself passing on all of these and just saving for the, again, spring summer 2024. But perhaps we could pick up a face mask, something like that. But none of the hats really do it for me. The mock neck long sleeve is nice, but I don't need it. So those are kind of my thoughts and opinions on what's left to drop. What do you guys think? Let me know everything you have on your mind in the comment section down below. Your boy Thomas and I'm out. Peace and buckery. See ya.